I may not be the biggest Smash Brothers fan in the world, but I do have fun playing the game, and I know that I was looking forward to the Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Direct this morning, and I planned on waking up early and covering the event live and then doing subsequent videos, but I kinda overslept. I set an alarm on my phone and it went off, but I hit the snooze and I went back to bed because I was up late last night working on 2 other videos, which are both up now. So after you watch this video, be sure to check out the latest episode of RGT News and of course my Okami HD review for the Nintendo Switch. But obviously a lot of people had their eyes on the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. A lot of people were hoping for cool things to be announced, and for the most part there was a ton of great stuff. I just finished watching the event right now and I was absolutely blown away by some of the things I saw. So in this video I want to talk about what I loved and what I hated from the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. I think there was mostly positive things, but there were a few things that sort of bothered me a little bit. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and let's talk about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct and why it honestly kicked ass.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
So to start things off, we're going to talk about the things I did not like about the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct. There honestly isn't too much to talk about in this regard. We'll be getting into the stuff that I loved very, very quickly, but I do want to bring these 2 issues to light and basically just talk about them very briefly. One thing I was a bit disappointed with is that there was no information on the single player aspect of the game. This is a 25-minute presentation about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, yet we did not get any insight as to what sort of single player aspect there will be in the game. Will there be a story mode? Will there be something like we've seen in previous Smash Brothers games? Will it be like the 3DS story mode was, or will it be a more fleshed out actual thing like we saw in subsequent versions of Smash Brothers? We still don't know, and that seems kind of odd to me. Maybe that single player mode just isn't ready yet. Maybe they're not ready to talk about it yet, but I think this would have been a perfect opportunity to shed some light on that situation because a lot of people are wondering about it. Now there's a rumor going around right now through a rough Japanese translation from the Smash Brothers Japanese Direct that there is going to be some sort of single player mode and it has sort of a code name and all that stuff, but I think it's time to sort of talk about that. I think it's time to give some details about what to expect if there is going to be a single player aspect in this game, because let's face it, the game comes out in December. How many more directs are we going to have between now and then to shed some light on this situation, because obviously it is a big component of the game. And the second thing I didn't like is another big component of the game, and that's the online stuff. I thought this would have been a perfect opportunity to talk about Nintendo's upcoming online service that launches next month. It launches in September, and we are now, a week into the month of August, and we still don't know a whole hell of a lot about Nintendo's online service. Obviously, online is going to be a huge component of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Obviously, there's going to be a huge online component as far as tournaments are concerned and things like that. So it would have been nice to get some information about Smash Bros. Online aspects and about Nintendo's online service in general, because like I said, it comes out in a month, and there's still a lot of questions going on about it. There's still a lot of sort of things that we're sitting here like, what is this service going to entail? We need some more additional information. And it would have been nice to see a beta announced for the game as well. I think it would have been a perfect opportunity because I think a lot of people are expecting that to happen with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate because the online component is going to be so important. So really, besides those 2 things, besides the fact that we didn't get any information on single player and we did not get any information on the online aspect of the game, everything else absolutely kicked ass. So now we have to talk about the positive things because good lord, I was marking out. So the first thing I want to talk about that I thought was really cool, not a huge deal in my opinion, but still pretty interesting, is the fact that there will be over 800 songs in the game, and I like listening to video game music, and when you have all these different characters from both Nintendo franchises and third-party franchises as well, there's going to be a lot of awesome music in this game. So over 800 songs is really cool, but I like the fact that Nintendo is also including the ability to listen to these songs in sleep mode on your Nintendo Switch. So it's sort of like almost an MP3 sort of player, being able to play these songs wherever you go and being able to put the system into sleep mode, which of course conserves battery life on the Nintendo Switch. So I thought that was a really cool little thing. Obviously we got some announcements about levels and stuff, and New Donk City. Do I need to say anything more? New Donk City is my favorite Super Mario level of all time. I think it's absolutely fascinating. I think they need to do a full game of all about New Donk City because it's just that cool. There's so much mystery to it. It's so weird to see Mario in a realistic setting, but they made it work perfectly. And the fact that there's going to be a new Donk City level in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is just right up my alley. You guys know I absolutely love new Donk City. I just think it's such a cool level, and to see this level put into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate definitely hit home for me. It was definitely a very exciting moment. And speaking about levels, I really like the stage morphing thing as well. They're gonna have it so that if you could pick two different stages, and throughout the battle the stages will morph into one and the other, so that they change throughout the battle. And it's a little thing, but I think it's a really cool thing. You know, I think it's a good way to keep battles fresh. You know, if you have a long battle going on, but you have these two stages that are morphing back and forth, it really sort of adds a different layer of strategy to the game, because obviously different levels have different strategies that you have to use within the game. Another thing that I liked, but is limited to Europe only, as usual so far, is the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Bundle. Nintendo of Europe showcased a Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch bundle that will be releasing in Europe. There's no word if it's coming stateside as of yet, but I think it will, just because of the mass appeal of this. It comes with a Nintendo Switch, a copy of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, a GameCube controller, and a GameCube adapter. So you're really getting two controllers, really technically three if you think of the Joy-Cons as each individual controller, a copy of the game, and a GameCube adapter for your Nintendo Switch. So I think that's really cool. I think that's really going to help sales of the Nintendo Switch in Europe. It's definitely something that needs to be worldwide though. It's definitely something that also needs to come stateside as well. But of course, the biggest news out of this from this Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct is, of course, new characters for Smash Bros. Ultimate. And let's talk about the one that I don't care about all that much first, and that would be King K. Rool. Now, I'm a Donkey Kong fan. I love Donkey Kong Country. I love the series, and King K. Rool is definitely a very cool character. I know there are a lot of people out there that really love that character. They've been asking for him to be in Smash for quite a while, and now he is in Smash. So that's really good for fans of that franchise and fans of that character. For me personally, it wasn't a huge deal. I thought, you know, the Echo character of Dark Samus was actually a little bit cooler, because I always like the dark characters in the game. I always, you know, whether it's Dark Link or Dark Samus, I think those characters are really cool. But King K. Rool, definitely a welcome addition to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Definitely good to see a lot of fan service within this game with characters like Ridley and King K. Rool. Both characters, of course, Smash Bros. Fans have wanted these characters in the franchise for quite a while now, so you are getting those things. But good lord, folks, you know, it's not often I'm like, okay, Nintendo is doing this specifically for me, because they know that maybe I'm not a huge fan of this franchise. Maybe it's not a big deal to me. And when they put in new Donk City, I was like, you know, oh, okay, you know, I heard rumors online. I saw people posting about it when I first woke up before I watched the direct, and I was like, new Donk City, that's pretty cool. That's right up RGT's alley. But then the new characters were announced. The new characters were announced, and I was like, God, I need this game now. And that, of course, is Simon Belmont and Richter Belmont. Like, you're putting in Castlevania. You're putting in Castlevania into Smash Brothers. Like, between Solid Snake and, like, the Belmonts, like, those are some of my favorite third-party characters of all time. I absolutely love Castlevania. You guys know that. Whether we're talking about the NES gems, whether we're talking about the Super Nintendo ones, the PC Engine games, like, there's so many great Castlevania games. And to see proper Castlevania representation in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is awesome. The levels look awesome. The assist trophies with Dracula look awesome. Alucard is an assist trophy as well. Like, there's just so much cool stuff. The music, Bloody Tears, arguably one of the most iconic video game songs of all time, is in this game, and the level looks so cool. It's just so awesome. Like, I just want to dance. I wish there was someone who made a Castlevania song that I could dance to. Oh wait, I know someone! The Rebel Gaming Club!
Castlevania, Simon Belmont, get your crucifix, holy water. Transylvania, in the moonlight, to the castle of Dracula. Watch me whip, and 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 watch me whip.
Yes, obviously the inclusion of Castlevania into Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the cherry on the sundae with this game. Honestly, my anticipation of this game, my hype level has gone up way higher with things like New Donk City, with things like stage morphing, with things like Castlevania inclusion in the game. Now it's a game that, you know, I'm definitely very interested in. I love the fact that, you know, Simon Belmont's whip is a free whip mechanic, just like we saw in Super Castlevania 4, where you can spin it around like that. Just so cool. The little touches in this game are what really make it special, and I think that's why so many people love Smash Brothers, because they put the little touches in, they put the fan service in, and this is definitely going to be the ultimate fan service game. And the crazy thing is, we still don't know everything about the game. Like I said in the parts, or like I said in the beginning of the video when I was talking about things I didn't like, we still don't know about the single player, we still don't know about the online aspect, and we still don't know about other characters. So I think this game is going to be absolutely fantastic. My hype level is through the roof now. Castlevania is in the game, and I'm very excited. So let me know in the comments section down below what you thought of the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Direct, what you liked, what you didn't like, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for supporting the channel. The channel has been going through a huge growth spurt lately. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have not subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.